Welcome to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today, we're examining a powerful concept from design and systems thinking, the forcing function. A forcing function is any task, activity, or event that forces you to take action and produce a result. In design, it's a constraint that shapes behavior by preventing the task from being completed or the system from being used in any other way than intended. It's like a gentle hand guiding you down a specific path, often without you even realizing it. The concept of forcing functions has its roots in human factors engineering and cognitive psychology, gaining prominence in the latter half of the 20th century. Don Norman, a cognitive scientist and design expert, popularized the term in his influential book, The Design of Everyday Things. It's like a secret tool that designers and engineers use to subtly influence our behavior for better outcomes. Forcing functions can be physical constraints, digital interfaces, or even social constructs. They're designed to prevent errors, ensure compliance, or promote certain behaviors. It's like having a built-in fail-safe that makes it hard to do the wrong thing and easy to do the right thing. Let's consider some examples. A classic forcing function is the interlock on a microwave that prevents it from operating when the door is open. In the digital world, a form that won't submit unless all required fields are filled is a forcing function. In personal productivity, setting a public deadline for a project acts as a social forcing function. It's like having guardrails that keep us on track, even when we're not consciously thinking about it. In the business world, forcing functions are used extensively in product design, process management, and organizational behavior. A company might use a forcing function in its project management software that requires team members to update their progress before they can log out. Or a manufacturing process might have built-in quality checks that prevent moving to the next stage unless certain criteria are met. It's like creating a system where doing the right thing is the path of least resistance. The power of forcing functions lies in their ability to shape behavior without relying on willpower or constant conscious effort. They make desired actions inevitable or undesired actions impossible. It's like designing a world where good habits are built into the environment itself. So, how can we apply the concept of forcing functions in our daily lives? Firstly, we can use forcing functions to build better habits. For instance, placing your running shoes by the door can serve as a forcing function to remind you to exercise. Or using app blockers during work hours can force you to stay focused. It's like creating an environment that nudges you towards your goals. Secondly, understanding forcing functions can help us design better systems and processes, whether at work or in our personal lives. When setting up a new routine or workflow, we can ask ourselves, what forcing functions can I build in to ensure success? It's like being your own benevolent designer, creating a world that supports your best intentions. Lastly, awareness of forcing functions can make us more conscious consumers and users of products and services. We can appreciate good design that incorporates helpful forcing functions and perhaps be more critical of designs that make errors too easy. It's like developing an eye for the invisible architecture that shapes our daily interactions. In conclusion, forcing functions are powerful tools for behavior change, error prevention, and system optimization. By embracing this mental model, we can become more intentional designers of our environment, more effective in achieving our goals, and more appreciative of the subtle ways design influences behavior. In a world where our actions are increasingly guided by the systems we interact with, understanding and leveraging forcing functions is more valuable than ever. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. I hope this exploration of forcing functions has given you a new perspective on how to shape behavior and design effective systems. Until next time, may your functions be forcing and your actions aligned with your intentions. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by the podcasthost.com and Alitu the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/.